So you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
So I was going to a Halloween party, and a good mutual friend of ours, I didn't know that they were friends until she showed me. She was like, "Oh, I have a friend and I think she's interested in you." I was getting out of some bad situationships. So I was like, no, not right now. But she's definitely cute. So then literally 2 months after, they were at a birthday party for you, your birthday party, and she looked so good. I was like, all right, I gotta follow her now because at this point I didn't tap through the friend story, clicked her name, went through her story. I'm like, all right, I'm stalking her. Let me go follow her now. And then after that, it was back and forth, emojis, heart eyes, hearts, hearts, hearts. And then one drunk night, when she sent me a heart eye emoji, I was like, you got one more time. You got to slide in my DMs because I'm tired of this. We're not going to keep doing this back and forth.
You said you got one more heart-eyed emoji before you slide in my DMs, unless you scared, is what she said.
That statement was sponsored by Hennessy, but that happened, After that, we talked on the phone one night for like all the night.
All night.
Like I went out and called her on the phone till like what, 5 in the morning?
Yeah, until I got off of work. I was working an overnight shift and she stayed on the phone with me the whole entire shift.
And then she got off work and we still seen each other after. So I think we were on the lesbian timeline pretty clearly.
Yeah. So it's been about 2 years that we've been together total. Like 2.5, something like that, yeah.
I've always been interested in women. I never really thought that I hit it, but I think I subconsciously did. Like I would talk to girls from high school and in college, flirt and be physical with them, but never anything more. I think because I was like, how is a woman gonna love me like the love that I thought I was chasing after in men? And once I met her, everything started to feel so different to the point where I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to fight the feelings that I have and mess it up for me because it's actually going great. Like, when something's going too well and you're like, yo, what's about to happen? Because stuff is going too good. And nothing bad ever happened. And I was like, wow, this feels great to be in. And I want to be comfortable and open with that. I want to be able to show people who I love.
Not that I was hesitant. I was just a little bit cautious because I've been with younger women before. So I was just like, I'm not trying to repeat a cycle. So I'm just like, okay, let me fill her out, figure out what's what. But then when like talking to her, her maturity level was like, wow. She had all these things going for herself and she still was able to balance a healthy work schedule while going to school, while partying, while being a social media queen. Like, I was just like, wow, she has it all. So it's like, after we met, it felt like I knew her forever. So it's like the age and all that kind of went out the door, Sometimes I'm just like, I see the age coming through, but for the most part, like, we balance each other. Like, she completes me, you know what I mean? She brings that younger side in me, you know what I mean? Like, when I want to go to sleep, she's just like, nah, let's go out. I'm just like, okay, let's go. And, it just works. It works. When it came to marriage, before that, when I met her, I already made up in my mind how I wanted to live out the rest of my years. Not that I'm old, but you know what I mean? So it's like, I told her straight from the door, like, listen, I'm having a kid with or without you. You could rock with it or not rock with it. She was just like, whoa, kids, hold up. What's going on?
I am children.
Right. So she's just like, oh, okay. But it's like, when you know. So I think it kind of just, like when I made the decision to propose to her, I made up in my mind that I didn't want to be with anyone else, just her. So it was like, I'm just like, we talked about it before. I knew that she was on board. I wasn't like scared that she wasn't going to say yes, but it's just, I knew there was a big leap for her. But when we talked about it before, like the fire in her eyes about it was just amazing. I'm just like, yeah, it's a go. So, I mean, it probably had something to do with my age, but at the end of the day, I knew this is where I wanted to be. I didn't see it any other way. So it was like, why wait?
First, I was definitely like, wow, I never met anyone who knew what they wanted in life like that. Like a lot of people was like, I'm just vibing. And I'm like, yeah, I can't vibe any longer. So when she was like the complete opposite, at first I was like, whew, am I ready for something this serious? But I was like, you know what, let me see where time takes us. And time started to let me be more open to being like, I can start a family. I've actually made it farther than I thought I did, because you're in school for so much of your life and you go school to school to school and you're like, wow, I haven't really lived my life out. But then I think about it, I did, but I wasn't paying attention because I was like surrounded all by school. And I was like, oh, well, this is kind of like I'm in my career and, I'm really serious with you. And I never thought about marriage until her. So I was like, I'm definitely okay with being married, and it feels right to say that this is my wife. I think it was just all about time and feelings. I didn't feel the need to wait till next year just to be able to be a joint union with her. Like, we wanted to be able to have things in our name together, be a part of each other legally, and it's no point in waiting. We don't know how much time we have left, and the pandemic proved that to us. So being able to just do what we wanted to do and walk in that light of us being together as a unit, it just made us go, okay, next year we can have the celebration of our dreams, but I want the union now. I don't want to put a hold on a union to a person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. I can't wait a year just to say I'm a part of her. I'm a school therapist, and I'm like the number one communication pusher. So I know that we're going to be that kind of family where we have open discussions and conversations with no judgments. I want to be able to let my children think and speak freely without any fear of being objectified by their parents, and also keeping them very aware so they're not in a naive world that thinks, oh, people love queer people. No, people love queer people on TV because they try to make it seem like all queer people are just fun and colorful and confident. But there are, queer people are people, and we all struggle what we struggle with. And you can still be yourself without having to fit a stereotype, just to be liked by your community, by any other community. So I think as parents, and for anyone raising children, whether you are gay, straight, bisexual, pan, whatever, you need to always allow that space for them to feel comfortable with their curiosities and with their thoughts, and don't make them feel bad for it.
That's true. And also too, we have a community of friends from all different walks of life. So I think that helps too. It helps the child to like shape and so they can see for themselves right in front of their face what, a transgender person is or what a bisexual person is. Like, our community is very diverse. So we have everyone on our team, the whole alphabet. So I really think that they are going to see a world, like we're going to be able to give them a world that a normal child, like not normal, but like a straight child is not going to be able to see, from coming from a mom and dad, setting.
Strictly platonic.
Strictly platonic relationship, stuff like that.
How's it feel to be loved by you? Being loved by you makes me feel so complete in a way where I've like made it. I've always wondered what my level of success will be. And I don't have all the money in the world. I don't have all the success that other people would say, but I feel real successful. Being here with you, coming home to her every day feels like, I don't know, I got one of the most important jobs in the world, and that's to make her happy. So it's like, sometimes it's pressure from my own self, because I'm like, I want to just make her smile every time I can, and I wish I could give her the world. Won't work my ass off to do it, but she just makes me feel like I no longer have to look for that purpose in life. Even though I know I have other purposes in life, being her wife is the best purpose and the biggest purpose of my entire life. And I would never change it. So I want to cry. I would never change it for anything at all.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay, so being loved by her, being loved by you feels it's rewarding. You know, I feel good. I feel like I won the ultimate prize. And it's like, even though I see you every single day, I swear I still can't get enough of you. I have an insatiable appetite for you.
Oh my God.